This guy did a lot in baseball, and he exploded on the scene with his big strikeout of Reggie Jackson in the '78 World Series in Game 2. Although he gave up a home run to Reggie in deciding Game 6, a lot of people made him a folk hero. Considered the third best pitcher of the 1980s statistically, behind Dave Steve and Jack Morris. His unfortunate death because of a fall drew attention to a career I think that was very underrated. Now, he's a three-time World Series champion, 81 with the Dodgers, 89 with Oakland, and of course 2001 as a coach. AL Cy Young Award winner 1990, and the MLB wins leader in 1990, so the 80s and early 90s belong to him. The big fireballer from Detroit, we're going to celebrate the life and career of Bob Welch. Now, born Robert Lynn Welch on November 3rd, 56, in the Motor City, he was an American pro baseball starting pitcher. He played in MLB for the Dodgers from 78 to 87 and the Athletics from 88 to 94. Of course, he was part of their 3 World Series finalist appearance and also pitched against Toronto in the 92 ALCS. Prior to his pro career, he attended Eastern Michigan University, where he played college baseball for the Eastern Michigan Hurons baseball squad. He helped lead the Hurons, coached by Ron Ostreich, to the 76 College World Series, losing to Arizona in a title game. Now, Welch was a 2-time MLB All-Star, and he won the American League Cy Young in 1990 as the league's best pitcher. Now, he was a 3-time World Series champion, twice as a player and once as a coach. He's the most recent Major League pitcher to win at least 25 games in a single season, taking home 27 in 1990, which is the highest single season win total since 1968. Of course, kind of bizarre with that, they didn't win the World Series in 1990. In a 17-year career, he went 211, 146, with nearly 2,000 strikeouts and a 3.47 ERA in 3,100 innings pitched. He's 137 wins during the 80s, ranked 3rd among Major League pitchers in a decade, following Morris and Steve. Now, Welch again won the Cy Young while playing for the Athletics in 1990. He threw 2 complete games that year, both of them shutouts. He finished in the top 10 voting for the NL Cy Young Award twice, from 83 to 87. Now, Welch again gained national fame with the Dodgers during the 78 season, when as a 21-year-old, he struck out Reggie Jackson as a rookie, with 2 men out on base and 2 out in the top of the 9th inning of Game 2 of the 1978 World Series, and according to Jackson, the young man got me. I watched this game on my old black and white Ford Philco, one of the last games I watched on that TV, and it was amazing to see him have such poise, but Game 6, Jackson had the upper hand. Now, May 19, 1980, he pitched a 3-0 one-hitter against the Braves, facing the minimum 27 batters. The only Atlanta base runner was utility player Larval Blanks, who singled in the 4th and was retired on a double play. Now, when he won the 81 World Series, his first, as the Dodgers defeated the Yankees in 6 games. In 83, Welch became the 6th pitcher to throw a complete game shutout and hit the solo home run for the squad's only counter. This was not accomplished again until Noah Syndergaard did so in 2019. Now, when Welch was the 3rd starting pitcher in rotation for the 89 World Series champion A's, he compiled a regular season record of 17-8 and recorded a win in his only start in the LCS against the Blue Jays. In an odd twist of fate, however, Welch did not throw a single pitch against the Giants during the World Series itself. Just minutes before he was to take the mound in Game 3, Candlestick Park in the Bay Area were struck by the Loma Prieta earthquake, which caused extensive damage in the region and forced a postponement of the contest. When the series was resumed 11 days later, A's manager Tony La Russa opted to reuse his Game 1 starter, Dave Stewart, for Game 3 in place of Welch, and his Game 2 starter, Mike Moore, for Game 4 in place of originally scheduled starter Storm Davis. The strategy worked as the A's swept the series in 4 contests, giving Welch his 2nd World Series title. Now, the All-Star position in 80 and 1990, Welch won 14 or more games in 8 years, with a career-high 27 in 1990. The Cy Young Award also considered him in 1990 in the MVP vote. His 27 wins were the most by any pitcher since Steve Carlton also won 27 in 72, and as of 2024 stands the last time a pitcher has won 25 or more games in a season. The closest as anyone has come to the mark since is 24, by John Smoltz in 96, Randy Johnson 2002, and Justin Verlander in 2011. The last pitcher to win more games this season was Denny McLain with 31 wins in 68. 19 of his wins were saved by Dennis Eckersley, which remains a MLB record. Now, he was the starting pitcher of Game 2 of the 1990 World Series against the Reds. Welch, personal catcher throughout much of his Athletics career, with Ron Hasse, the former Indian, as opposed to Terry Steinbach, who caught the majority of Oakland's pitching staff. Now, in 1981, Welch and the New York Times sports columnist George Vesey co-wrote 5 O'Clock Comes Early, a Cy Young Award winner recounts his greatest victory, which chronicled Welch's battle with alcoholism that had started at the age of 16. I would get a buzz on and I would stop being afraid of girls. I was shy, but with a couple of beers in me, I was all right. The book marked one of the first times an active pro athlete openly discussed a drinking addiction. An updated version was published after Welch's retirement, and the book was re-released digitally the year after his unfortunate passing on November 10, 2015. Now, he was also the pitching coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks when he won the World Series in 2001. During the 2006 World Baseball Classic, he served as a pitching coach for the Netherlands. Welch was also a pitching coach in the A's organization at the time of his passing. Now, his son Riley was a 34-round selection by the A's in the 2008 MLB draft out of Desert Mountain High School in Scottsdale, Arizona, but did not sign and went on to play college baseball at the University of Hawaii. Riley that signed as an undrafted free agent with the Dodgers. He eventually became a pitching coach at Presentation College and NAIA School in Aberdeen, South Dakota in 2014. Now, Welch died of a broken neck resulting from an accidental fall in the bathroom of his Seal Beach, California home on June 9, 2014 at the age of 57. The Orange County Coroner's Office ruled that he suffered a cervical spine fracture with epidural hemorrhage due to a hyperextension of the neck, suffered in the fall, negating earlier reports that he had passed from a heart attack. Now, AL Cy Young Award winner 1990, two-time All-Star 80 and 90, led the league in wins in 27 with 1990, led the league in shutouts 4 in 1987, led the league in games started with 35 and 91, tied at number 84 in the all-time wins leaderboard, and third most wins in MLB in the 1980s. Now, again, 5 O'Clock Comes Early. The book can be, I apologize, 1991. You can still probably find it on a digital version. Now, Hall of Fame consideration, it's hard to tell because it really doesn't stand out. Like my father used to say, he was sort of like a Bryn Smith number 3 or number 4 starter. But for what he was, like I said, a very, very dependable and a very strong pitcher. So much so, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to go over the rough stats right now. He was considered mostly a reliever with the Dodgers, but he started being pitching. His first 48 games in the Major League Baseball with the Dodgers, he only started 25, but from then on, he was considered a starter. And only his last season in '94 was he going in relief. So let's do the rough stats, ladies and gentlemen. 1980, 14 and 9, 81, 95, the shortened season. 82, 16 and 11, then 15, 12, 13, 13, 14 and 4, 7 and 13, 15 and 9, 17 and 9, 17 and 8, and 27 and 6 in 1990, 12 and 13 in 91, 11 and 7 in 92, 9 and 11 in 93. And again, the ERA was very strong, especially in 1985 where he had 2.31 ERA. Very good campaign for the Dodgers. Now, he's known, again, for his Dodger career, of course. 115 wins with the Dodgers and 96 with Oakland. Almost hit 100 for both squads. So, and the postseason really, really stands out with this gentleman, ladies and gentlemen. He played in the NLCS and the World Series in 78 with the Dodgers. Won the World Series in 81 after winning the NLDS and NLCS. 83, he was in NLCS with the Dodgers. 85, he was in NLCS with the Dodgers again. With Oakland, ALCS and World Series. 89, won the World Series after knocking off after knocking off the Blue Jays. Did not pitch in the series. 1990 went 1-0 against Boston, but played only 7.1 innings in the loss to Cincinnati. In 92, the only contest he played was the infamous ALCS contest, where Toronto came back from a 5-1 deficit to win it. So in 13 series in the postseason, he was undefeated in the playoffs from 88 to 92, 3-3, 4 ALCS, 2-0, 0-1 in the World Series, 17 contests, 4.56 average. And not too bad of a batter, ladies and gentlemen. Had a career average of 151 with 2 home runs, 30 RBIs. So very, very strong pitcher. So what stands out for me is Bob Welch is the efficiency of pitchers. A big guy, 6'3", 190. But like I said, originally, ladies and gentlemen, drafted by the Cubs until the Dodgers took him in the first round of the 77 amateur draft. He was drafted as a high schooler but didn't sign with Chicago, and eventually he was taken from Eastern Michigan. And number 35, ladies and gentlemen, when he passed, boys, that was a rough day for us in the media. We never saw that coming in a million years, because even Reggie Jackson said, I'm going to miss the guy. Because did Bob Welch make Reggie Jackson a bigger Mr. October? I know that Reggie Jackson made Bob Welch, because every time you hear Bob Welch, it's like the strikeout, because it's power against power. And Reggie, again, it's kind of weird. Bob Lemon basically said that as well. Maybe Billy Martin was there to go it on Jackson. Maybe he would have hit that, but it was a weird World Series, because the previous World Series, I think the Dodgers had a better team, but they went up 2-0 in 78, because the Yankees had got rid of Billy Martin, got rid of the drama. But what a great player Bob Welch was, and maybe he'll make it to Hall of Fame one day. Crazier things have happened, because if you're looking at by a decade, the 1980s, he's top 3 technically, because he's done a lot, would or not, for 81 and into 1990. From 82 to 1990, maybe the second best statistical pitcher of the decade. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here, we're Oakland A's and LA Dodger tributes. Let us know in a like, comment, subscribe, or share.